All right, we'll move on to logical fallacy number 11, the straw man fallacy. One of the hardest ones to identify. A straw man sounds easy. It's a weak or fragile representation of an argument. It's much easier to knock down a straw man than to knock down the man himself. So what this basically means is that you are misrepresenting what someone else is fighting for. And that misrepresentation is intentionally done to make that argument weak and really easy to defeat. The reason that this one, in my opinion, is so difficult is that usually in order to misrepresent someone else's argument, you need to use a bunch of other logical fallacies too. So for test taking, for example, if you see an argument and you're asked which one it is, it might be difficult because you'll see a generalization or a non sequitur in the midst of this straw man. Let me show you an example of this. Billary supports abortion. She wants to kill innocent babies who haven't had the chance to live. She wants to give irresponsible mothers a free pass to brutally murder their own children. I don't support murdering children. This is a straw man. Whoever's saying this is saying that Billary supports murdering children. And you know that she wouldn't say that if you knew who Billary was. You know she wouldn't say that she supports murdering children because she views it differently. This sets the argument up really, really weak. And it's a misrepresentation. This isn't what she's supporting. And the reason this is difficult is because we have a number of fallacies in here. We have to make a lot of claims for this to be valid. Number one, that abortion kills babies, not fetuses. This is a presumption that needs to be discussed. When is a baby not a baby? Or when is a fetus no longer a fetus? All mothers who want an abortion are irresponsible. That's a generalization, right? And abortion is brutal murder. Again, this goes back to this. This is a presumption. We need to talk about this. She would not agree that it's murder. She would not agree that she's killing babies. And so we need to talk about those things. Otherwise, we're misrepresenting her. That's not what she's trying to say. Okay. Goes the other way too. Trump has said he wants to lower taxes. I don't feel I can support a person who wants to make the rich richer while he ignores the poor. The rich are rich enough. Let's stop focusing on the 1%, right? But of course, that's not what he's saying. He says he wants to lower taxes. And his viewpoint is going to be that helps the middle class, helps boost, the economy. It's a stimulus. It's a Reaganomics type good thing for everybody. But this is a misrepresentation, as though he intentionally wants to make the rich richer with this policy. Here are your claims. First of all, you're claiming that lowering taxes makes the rich richer. That's a non sequitur. I don't understand how the dots connect there. Maybe you could connect the dots for me, but that's going to take more nuance and time. Same thing with this one. Lowering taxes makes the poor poorer. That's a big claim, and it needs a lot of evidence to prove it. The rich are rich enough, as though all rich people are really rich. How rich is rich? Are there varying degrees of richness? That's a generalization. It's lumping all people with some threshold of wealth into this category, that they're all rich enough. So the reason this is difficult is because you look at this and you might see non sequitur, you might see generalization, but this whole thing altogether is a straw man. It's a misrepresentation of the original argument, and thus it's fallacious. Okay. We will move on to circular reasoning next.